Hello, I'm Mona Santana. This is my daily gratitude list where I list and talk about 5 things I'm grateful for that hopefully you can relate to as well. Number 1, I'm grateful for airplanes. It's only been 99 years since we've had commercial air travel, the way we know it now, where you can just book a flight and then go pretty much anywhere you want to go, which is amazing if you think about it. You can just hop on a plane and you can go to Burkina Faso if you wanted to. I don't know that I would recommend it, but um, you could go to anywhere else that you want to go to. And I think that's amazing because there was a time where we didn't have that option and most people were just relegated to staying in the country that they were born in. And so now I think it's amazing because you can go anywhere you want to go to, and it's just really simple. You just book a flight and you go, and you can do it from one day to the next. You can be in LA and then the next day you could be in Tokyo. That's incredible. And I just really want to be thankful for that because it's something that I cherish and I find I feel incredibly grateful for because I happen to live in the time that I do. And, we all do, obviously. And it's only been since 1925 that we've been able to do this. And that isn't that long. It's really miraculous if you think about it. So just the fact that we can go to a different country and suddenly experience a whole different culture than the one that that we're accustomed to. I think that's pretty spectacular. And of course, meet people anywhere in the world and move to a different country or different city. And it's just so simple. And I just feel like we should really take time to really think about that and appreciate the fact that we're able to travel so easily. And I think it's great. So number 2, I am grateful for bananas. I love bananas. I eat bananas all the time. I usually have them for breakfast. You can have them as a snack. Oftentimes if I do a show or something like that, I like to eat a banana before a show because it's really good energy. It doesn't really spike your blood sugar so much, but it gives you like a sustained amount of energy. They're also really tasty. And the other thing that I want to point out about bananas is much like airplanes, we have not had them available, at our, fingertips anytime we want to eat a banana. Because, they're from, originally, I believe they're from Papua New Guinea. So, I don't know about you, but I've never been there. That's kind of exotic sounding, I think. And it's pretty cool because we've been able to cultivate bananas and then have them anytime we want to eat them. And I think it's a really great fruit. And technically it's a berry, which is super weird. And so I thought I would say that here because that kind of blows my mind that a banana is a berry. I don't associate it with a berry, but sure, why not? What actually is bananas to me is the history of bananas, because right now we're eating a banana called the Cavendish banana, and it was developed in the 1950s because the Gros Michel, which was the original banana that everyone would eat, it developed a disease and died off, and so we replaced it with the Cavendish banana. And the same thing is happening to the Cavendish banana as we speak. And so they're looking for a new type of banana to cultivate and bring into the market and sometime in the near future. And so I want to say that I am grateful for bananas because, they've been in our lives, like our entire lives. And I know it sounds silly to be like, I'm so grateful for bananas, but it's true because you have to be grateful for all these things. That's the point of practicing gratitude, is to look at the things that surround us that are just commonplace to us and you don't really think about, you just sort of take for granted. And if you can sit down and think about where they come from and, the history of the thing or the details about whatever it is, and you just really think about also the people that it took to work to get that particular thing in your life. The history of bananas is really interesting because it's not so nice. That's where we get the term Banana Republic. I'm not going to go into that here because it's just too long a history, but I am very grateful for bananas for a myriad reasons, and I've only just stated a couple of them here, and I hope you can relate to that. Number 3, I'm grateful for scissors. I use scissors a lot. I like to sew. Obviously, it's much easier to cut your hair if you have scissors. Or paper, or whatever project you're doing. A lot of people have them in their kitchens to open up these packages that are basically impossible to open otherwise, because I don't know what the heck they were thinking putting it in that incredibly thick plastic. Like, we need that for the environment. and also why, because they're impossible to open without scissors or something of that nature. But anyway, I'm grateful for scissors. I mean, you know, they're really handy, and it's not like having just a knife. I mean, scissors are really precise and they're very convenient, and it is something that I like to think about and be grateful for. Time, like if you're feeling bad, it's pretty easy to start to think about things in your life to feel grateful for, and it helps sort of lift your mood. It's not always going to happen, because obviously life is a lot more difficult than that, and there are a lot of times in your life where, you know, even practicing gratitude isn't going to lift your spirits, you know. But I find it's a good way to be on a regular basis, to practice gratitude, because then it makes other things seem less difficult in the end. So it's actually something that I highly encourage everyone do, whether with me or on your own. But if you continue to join me, I really do appreciate that. Number 4, I'm grateful for Dionne Warwick. I love Dionne Warwick. I think she has such a completely original voice, and she really brought a lot of great music by way of Burt Bacharach, because she was basically his muse back in the 1960s and, you know, 70s, and probably for longer than that. I'm not really too sure about the history of that, but I do know that she did sing a lot of his songs, and really just made them hers. And one thing I really love is that she recorded Walk On By, which is a Burt Bacharach song, but then it was later recorded by Isaac Hayes. And Dionne Warwick, being the super generous person that she is and was at the time as well, actually said that she loved his version so much, it was so different than hers, that she said that he made it his own and that his is the definitive version. But you know, as much as I love his version, I would have to say that hers is really the definitive version, because it's the one that everyone would know. But she recorded countless songs and just really brought a lot of great music into our lives. And so Dionne Warwick, I think, is someone who stands alone as a great artist and singer. So I'm grateful for her. Number 5, I'm grateful for zippers. We use zippers all the time, but zippers weren't even actually so commonplace until about the 1950s, when they started putting them in trousers for men, and then of course later for women in dresses. Actually the 1940s, I want to say. But they weren't actually readily available before that. There were different types, but it took a long time to develop the zipper, and I think it's a really, really great invention that we take for granted, because it's something that's super commonplace, and it's also something that you don't really think about so much. Zippers, I mean, they're just usually a part of your shirt or dress or trousers, pants. But it isn't something we've always had, and I think it's something that we use all the time, and so it's good to think about those things and be grateful. So that's what I'm doing today. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a lovely day. And also, if you have subscribed, I want to say thank you very much, and if you haven't, I would really appreciate it if you did. So have a lovely day. I'll see you next time. Bye.